We're also joined by Martin Cooper and Stuart Kershaw, who comprise OMD. They are the band that helped shape a generation. And I'm so honored to bring them into council chambers today. This city council chamber is no stranger to honoring the incredible musical acts that have been part of the music of our lives. And when people ask, music is such an important unifier, and I think no more important even now amidst what we're all living through. But it's those moments and the music that often heals us and helps to bring peace and happiness to what otherwise might be a very chaotic life. And so when I think about OMD, I think about being this kid at Montgomery Junior High School, being a little bit different, because I was listening to music that many of my classmates weren't really listening to. But those were some of the happiest moments that I reflect on. And these are the songs, and these are the musicians that help to do that for so many people. And it's transcended so many generations. Going to their shows, I see how it's a younger crowd that now continues to show up because their music is infectious. And it wasn't only instrumental in helping to bring us joy as we were growing up, but it's fun to watch so many other generations now coming to fall in love with the very thing that we all fell in love with so many years ago. I was down here. OMD's music has truly stood the test of time and continues to have a lasting influence on fans and artists alike. From artists of this genre, which have historically not been recognized by Los Angeles City Council, I was proud to help change that trajectory and now add them to the list of those remarkable bands that have continued to, frankly, not get the recognition that they were deserving of. And so it's why I am so proud that they have accepted and took a detour on resuming their tour, which will continue at the House of Blues on Sunday. But I'm so excited that they've agreed to join us and allow us to celebrate them properly as Angelinos who have, frankly, been in love with their music, going back to that first performance at Izquierdoso. And, Richard Blake sadly was unable to join us today. But I want to give special recognition to Richard, who was so important when he was that DJ on K-Rock that helped to introduce us to all of these musical acts. They were, as I said to Andy earlier, for those of us of my generation, a lot of you have your Apple Music now, or your Spotify. But for many of us, before we had the opportunity to go hit the Tower Records, to go buy our vinyl, we were waiting for Richard Blake to stop talking after he introduced the band so we could hit play record on a cassette tape and we could continue to listen to the music for days to come. The British alternative music of the 80s clearly struck a very deep chord in Angelinos, and especially the Latino community. The themes of melancholy, alienation, defiance mirrored our own experiences growing up between cultures. For those of you not very familiar with OMD, they are the electronic synth-pop band formed by Andy McCluskey and Paul Humphreys in Mel's, England in 1978. Their innovative fusion of synth-pop, new wave, and experimental soundscapes made an enduring mark on global music. Their combination of poetic lyricism, emotional depth, and innovative use of synthesizers in place of a vocal chorus helped shape the modern, alternative, and electronic music scene. From Depeche Mode in the 80s to the Killers of the 2000s, the Weeknd's blinding lights of the 2020s, OMD's influence can be heard across a generation of artists. I mentioned I did a little teaser video talking about my favorite top 5 OMD songs. But to be honest, it was hard to scale it down to only 5 because they're probably my top 25. And when they're for their greatest and most notable hits, Enola Gay, Electricity, Souvenir, songs that defined an era and continue to resonate with fans around the world decades later. It's no question why today in the city of Los Angeles, we are declaring OMD Day in LA. Andy McCluskey to come up and again, thank you, Andy, and thank you all for joining us here. We are so delighted to have you here in LA City Council chambers from all of your history, and you're making your musical mark here in the world. We're honored to have you here and we're proud to recognize you today.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Los Angeles Council, and thank you to our fans in the LA area. We have played many venues in LA, some really big ones, but it's quite intimidating. I thought they would look up them around anyway. Yes, apologise for all can't be in the air, but he's going to reverse this later or else. So, it has been a remarkable long journey for a question when you got in this area of the city of Los Angeles. As you mentioned, we played our first concert with Whiskey to Go-Go, I think that's wrong. Staying at the infamous Popcorn like swimming pool. And that 10 years later, I met Lily Carlisle from the quintessential LA band, the Go-Go's, who said that all of the Go-Go's were at Whiskey to Go-Go that day. And then from the Whiskey to Go-Go, we went through, let me see, I'll condense this, I could be here all day. The rock scene, the Brazilian Country Club, Playing Palace, the Palace Theatre, the Apollo Theatre, the Wilson, the Green Universal Theatre, the Forum, and the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
With the little band called the Passion. I thought it's really nice that Los Angeles actually gave Passion over their day for us, because it's nice for the apprentices, the masters. So, couldn't resist that. And now, to cut off a whole list of places we've played in the LA area, we are probably going to play the Hollywood Bowl. Once we've done that, we've got the full set, and then we'll have to go back to Whiskey. Bob Paul and I actually do have personal connections with this amazing city. I was here for a year in 1990 writing the next album. Paul actually married a girl from Tarzan. Lived in the valley for a long time. Had a wonderful daughter called Madeline, who still lives here and works here. And it's so we have this personal connection as well. You mentioned Richard Blade. Obviously a fellow blind who's been adopted by Los Angeles. He was one of the only DJs that played us on K-Rock when the other radio stations wouldn't touch us. They didn't stick on music to assumption, but it proved it was. And it's now, you know how the other day here when you go, I told you this was cool music, I told you this guy was going to chase the world. It's really wonderful. So, really, it's a great thanks from the band to everybody here. So thank you. And long way our amazing journey to the city of Los Angeles City. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Hey, good to remember two Councilmember Lee. Thank you, Councilmember Rodriguez. It always sounds like you bring us back to our time in the 80s. You say that like when you went to high school, maybe you were one of the lone people that did it, but the west side of the valley, we were all in love with OMD, and you could play just the first few notes of certain songs, and it immediately brings you back to a moment in time when, as soon as you start playing it. And so my wife, I was FaceTiming her, but then her boss walked in. And that she wanted me to tell you that you were the very first concert that she went to at the Rose Bowl with the Depeche Mode, where they recorded that song. And so just thank you so much for all the great songs, all the years that you've been entertaining us. And just want to say thank you, well deserved, for having you at the OMD Day. Baseball Day.
Thank you, Julian. I just want to add, Councilor Rodriguez, so grateful to you. You always bring the best bands here to council and tickle that memory in all of us of our youth and the great music that we used to love to listen to. So, and I really want to thank you all for being here. You guys are truly pioneers in electronic music and all of the great bands that have come after you in the late 80s and 90s. They really owe it to you. What I know you've been called the second British invasion, but it really is amazing. Not only your music, but what you've inspired beyond that. Really, to this day, the underpinnings of a lot of what we hear, can be traced back to some of the early work that you've done. So I know you just flew in, and I would just say, if you leave, don't leave now. We've got a whole day for you, and we'd love you to be here. And thank you so much, and I'll throw it back to Councilor Rodriguez.
Thank you. I can always count on you, Bob. Thank you. I can always count on you. I was sharing with some of my friends that when I did Morrissey, when I would make reference to the different songs, when I met Robert Smith, and they were all like, hey, God, please stop. Please stop. So I always appreciate that you can help deliver the line as well. But colleagues, friends, fans, thank you for joining us in celebrating and declaring one of the greatest bands that have been such an influential part of our lives and our musical histories. Ladies and gentlemen, help me thank and celebrate in the declaration of OMD Day in the city of LA.
Our exiting the stage, we'll ask Councilor Padilla to head to the podium. She has a presentation. Honoring Native